Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. My name is Violet, and today's tutorial, I'm going to share with you how I recycled a home decor piece that I made last year during Christmas to this beautiful high-end Dollar Tree DIY home decor piece that I'm using this year. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of what I made last year, which is this. And it's a tri-fold picture holder piece, or a stand that I made, and then turned it into this beautiful display stand for my dining room table. Now, I haven't decorated it yet, but you will see how it looks afterwards. Now, what I decided to do again was just pull everything apart from that DIY, and I ended up with 6 5x7 picture frames. Now, these picture frames, I decided to go ahead and make a triangle with them. And then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to make just your typical lantern with these. I'm going to go ahead and make it into a stand. So what I did was I spray painted them just one coat of white paint because these picture frames did have glitter on them, and I didn't want to go through the process of sanding them all down. So I just gave it one good coat of spray paint, the white spray paint, because I knew I was going to spray paint them or paint them white. So what I did was add the E6000 and hot glue to 2 of them, and then just kind of put them together as a triangle to make that form of the house piece, I guess you could say, to better describe it. And then I set that aside and added E6000 and hot glue to the other 2 5x7s that are going to form my bottom part of my display stand. And then I just added that triangle on top of those 2, and then kind of squeezed the ends together to make sure that it was nice and stuck together and formed. And then I set that aside and allowed it to dry since it did have E6000. So now what I decided to do was get these popsicle sticks, and you can get any size popsicle sticks you have. These are the ones from Dollar Tree. And what I did was basically cut off all the ends to the popsicle sticks, and I did cut off all the ends on both sides. Some of them I did just cut off one side, but you'll see what I do with those as well. So I just go ahead and cut as many, popsicle sticks, and I used one package of the popsicle sticks for this DIY. So now after you cut them all off, basically what I did was I grabbed one of the glass that I had of the picture frame itself, and I started gluing the popsicle sticks onto my glass. So what I did was just kind of randomly place them in different areas, kind of to make it look like a tiled floor, or just that uneven look of all the popsicle sticks being laid differently in different sizes and what have you. So that's how I ended up adding all these popsicle sticks onto my glass piece. So you just continue adding them, and as you can see, all I did was add them with my hot glue gun, and I just started randomly placing them in different areas. And as you can see, they are longer than the glass itself, which is a 5x7. But what I'm going to do after I cut, add just a few of them, I'm going to go ahead and cut the ends off of the popsicle sticks in order for it to be the exact size of my glass. And like I said, I was so excited when I figured out how to make this, because my first thoughts were to make just, your lantern. And then I thought, well, I'll make a triangle lantern. And then I thought, you know what, I'm not going to use another lantern in my home for right now. I just didn't have an area for it, but I know I did want some kind of stand to place on my dining room in order for me to decorate it and add my little Halloween decor pieces, and add my fall decor pieces, and maybe even my Christmas decor pieces. Just something small that I could place on top of my dining room table that wouldn't take up too much space, of course, but something enough to where I could add and make a nice statement with it. So that's how I came up with making this display stand. Now, even if you didn't want to add it or make it more farmhouse, you could have left it the glitter frames, which I did purchase at Dollar Tree as well. And you could have just added the glass back into your bottom pieces or bottom frames and just left it as is, and that would have been more of a glam style. But I do have my kitchen and dining room more farmhouse, so that's why I decided to go ahead and make mine more farmhouse. But you can easily make this more glam or more of the boho style as well. So as you can see, all I did was grab some scissors and cut off the ends. Now with the ones that I did cut off and that they were long enough, all I did was I went ahead and just kind of cut the ends off of those and made sure they were nice and straight. And then I used them and started gluing them back onto my picture frame just to give it more of that random wood piece look that I was going for. So we didn't really waste much of the popsicle sticks, but you can easily cut them before you add them onto your frame and then glue them on. It's up to you, whichever way you feel comfortable and want to do this. The main thing is just adding the popsicle sticks onto your glass. And I have a question for you guys. How many of you DIYers out there or just homeowners that love to decorate, and how many of you get tired of certain items or certain decor pieces and do what I do and just basically kind of pull it apart or redecorate it and use it completely different from what you had used it previously? I absolutely love doing this because, for one, it's very budget friendly because basically you're reusing what you already have and what you've already used, and two, because it just makes me think out of the box and helps me just be more creative with what I have and recycle and reuse some of the items that I do have before I go out and purchase more stuff. So I like doing this, but you guys let me know, do you enjoy doing that? Do you enjoy just reusing the items you already have at home before you go out and purchase others? Or do you just not do it at all? I'm just kind of curious because I know I enjoy doing this and just thinking outside the box and figuring out what I'm going to do with certain pieces. So once you're almost done decorating and adding all your wood pieces to your glass, you can leave it as is. You can paint it, you can, stain it. What I did was kind of like a stain, and we'll see that step when I get to it. But basically all I'm doing is just adding those popsicle sticks onto my glass, and then I'm cutting the ends off. Just be very careful when you do cut the ends off. If you do it like I am, which I'm scoring it, and then I'm just going to basically bend them back and forth and cut them. Just be careful not to cut yourself because it is glass, but go ahead and just continue moving and removing those pieces. Now, as you can see, some of the glue from the glue strings, I call them, or glue hair pieces, are on the glass. All you have to do is just clean it off when you're completely done adding all your wood pieces to your glass. I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to start decorating my home this weekend for the holidays coming up already. So I live in Florida, like most of you guys know if you've been here for a while with me, but I do live in Florida, so it's very hot still. It doesn't feel like fall, but I'm going to start decorating my home already. I typically try to start in the beginning of September, towards the end of September. It just depends on how busy I am, but it doesn't pass September, for me to start decorating and taking everything out. So that's why I decided to start doing some of these DIYs and start getting them all ready for me to decorate. So like I said, I haven't decorated this one just yet, but stay tuned for that. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys might see it first before here on YouTube, but I am going to start decorating, like I said, for fall. So this one display that I'm doing right now is going to be the dining room display that I'm going to use for my fall decor. So as you can see, all I'm doing is staining my wood pieces and then just allowing it to dry. And I just gave it one good coat, so it wasn't too thick, so it dried pretty quickly. Then I just went ahead and placed these into my picture frame. But before I did that, Like I said, I just gave it one coat of spray paint onto these frames. So what I did was I went ahead and grabbed some white paint, just some white paint that I usually buy in pints, and I'm just going to go ahead and give it 2 good coats of white paint just to make it that nice white color that I'm going for. But you can spray paint it any color you like or paint it any color you like. Let me know in the comments below, what color are you going to paint yours, or are you going to leave it the color as is, the pictures frames that they come in? Because I know there's some really cute ones right now, especially during the holidays, that you can find at Dollar Tree. And you might just not, skip this part completely and not even paint it. But let me know in the comments below also on that part. Are you guys going to leave it as is or paint it like I did? So once I was done painting mine, I decided to go ahead and add some little legs onto my display stand because, like I said, I wanted it a little bit higher than my table itself. So I just grabbed some recycled Jenga blocks and I put legs on it. So all I did was grab 2 of the Jenga blocks and glued them on one corner, and I'm going to do that to all 4 corners. And this will be the bottom part of your display stand. So as you can see, I'm just gluing 2 of them together, kind of forming that L, and then I'm going to glue it onto the bottom part of my frame. And now once I was done gluing all of the 4 corners like this, what I did was I grabbed 2 more of the wood Jenga blocks and I glued them in the center because I am going to put things in here, and I'm not going to put things too heavy, but I did want to make sure that it had that secure area in the center. So I went ahead and decided to add 2 of the Jenga blocks just to give it more security right there. So I went ahead and added those 2, and then I painted my Jenga blocks white as well. And once you're done painting everything, again, just allow your stand to completely dry before you go to the next step. And what we're going to do next is just basically add E6000 and a little bit of hot glue to the bottom frame. Basically, it already has that indent for that mirror, or that glass, I'm sorry, and just go ahead and insert your wood piece now. And it does take a little bit of maneuvering, but it's not too hard to do. Just kind of figure out how to place it in there, and then it just easily falls into place, and then you just kind of hold it down and push onto it just to make sure that that glue does stick to your glass and it does stay in place. And you do that to both of your sides of your picture frame, and there you have it, a beautiful stand. So what do you guys think about my recycled picture frames? I absolutely love this stand. If you guys are going to make one, make sure you guys do tag me on Instagram. I love to see the way you guys are going to decorate your stand. And stay tuned for the way I decorate mine. So if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.